You're at the party. The lights are warm. The music's good. And somebody just said your name across the room, and the whole table laughed at something you don't even remember saying. You've got a drink in your hand. You're nodding along. From the outside, you look like someone who belongs here. And inside, there's this hollow space where the laughter should be landing, and it just doesn't. You feel it at the dinner table too, the one crowded with people you love. 3 conversations going at once, and you somehow watching it all through glass. You feel it when the group chat lights up and you read 40 messages and don't have a single thing to add. You feel it when you scroll your whole contact list at midnight, 1,000 names, and realize there's no one on it you could actually call right now. Not really. Not with the truth. And here's the part nobody says out loud. It's you. You're the one smiling in the crowd. You're the one who answered, "Good, you?" on reflex this week while something inside you was coming apart. You said you were fine. You're always fine. You smiled, you nodded. You said you were fine. And then you drove home alone and felt the silence in the car, like a weight on your chest. You leave gatherings lonelier than when you walked in, and you've started to wonder if something is just broken in you. Nothing's broken. But there was one habit feeding almost all of it, and the day it changed, the same rooms, the same faces, started to feel different. Warmer. Closer. Faster than I expected. I'm going to give you that one first, and then 3 more. Easiest to hardest. Here's the truth nobody tells you about loneliness. It usually isn't because no one wants you. It's not a defect. It's not a verdict on whether you're lovable. It's the result of a handful of small protective habits you don't even notice you're running. Little moves you learn to keep yourself safe. And then you read the safety as proof you're alone. You've been keeping everyone at the surface, and then, staring at that surface, wondering why it's so shallow. So this isn't about blaming you. It's the opposite. It's leverage. Because if the distance is something you're doing, then the distance is something you can undo. You don't need a bigger life. You don't need more people. You don't need to put yourself out there, or join a club, or delete your phone. That shallow advice never worked because it was never the problem. The people are already here. You just have the guard up. Lower it and the distance changes almost immediately. So the first thing you drop is the performance. The mask you wear to look okay. That easy, I'm good, busy, you know how it is. That mask is the exact thing keeping everyone at the door. Because surface invites surface. When you hand someone a polished, fine thanks version of yourself, they hand you one right back. That's not connection. That's 2 people guarding 2 doors. So next time someone asks how you are, don't reach for the reflex. Give them one true sentence instead. Just one. Honestly, it's been a heavy week. That's it. No breakdown, no life story. One honest crack in the armor. I watched a guy do this once. A friend who never, ever let anything slip. Someone asked how he was, and instead of "can't complain," he paused and said, "Rough, actually. My dad's sick." And the whole conversation changed in a second. The other person leaned in, put their drink down. 20 minutes later, they were talking like they'd known each other for years. One true sentence did that. People can't connect to a performance. They can only connect to a person. Here's a bigger one. Stop waiting to be reached out to. You're sitting there thinking, nobody texts you, nobody invites you, nobody thinks of you. And I promise you, there are people in your life thinking the exact same thing about you, in the exact same moment. The loneliness is mutual. The silence is a standoff. Everybody's waiting for everybody else to go first, so nobody does. And you all sit in separate rooms calling it proof. So stop keeping score. Stop tracking who texted last. Reach first. Invite first. Hey, thinking about you. You free this week? Send it before you can talk yourself out of it. I had a friend I drifted from for almost a year. I kept thinking, well, if they wanted to talk, they'd reach out. One day I got tired of my own silence and just sent it. Thinking about you, let's get coffee. They replied in 4 minutes. Said they'd been meaning to message me for months and didn't know if I'd still want to hear from them. Months. We'd both been sitting in the same silence, reading it the same wrong way. Reaching first isn't weakness. It reads as warmth, and it's almost always met. Now, here's where it gets sharper. Stop mistaking contact for connection. Your phone is full of contact. Likes, comments, group chats, 100 little pings a day. And all of it hits the same button in your brain that real connection hits, without ever actually feeding you. You can be in 40 conversations at once and known by exactly none of them. Picture a phone at 1%, sitting in a room surrounded by 100 outlets, surrounded by power, still dying, because nothing's actually plugged in. That's you in the group chat, plugged into everything, charged by nothing. So trade the noise for one real thing. 1 hour of scrolling for one actual exchange. Hey, can I call you? I'd rather hear your voice than type. And then have a real conversation, the kind with pauses in it. I started doing this with one friend. We swapped the meme trading for one phone call a week. No agenda, just talking. And within a month, that single friendship was carrying more weight than my entire feed combined. Breadth is the trap. Depth is the cure. You don't need more contact. You need one connection that's actually plugged in. And then the last one, the hardest one, the one underneath all the others. Stop hiding that you need people. Here's what almost no one admits. The deepest kind of loneliness is self-protection that worked too well. Somewhere along the way, you got hurt. And you decided, quietly without even knowing it, that you'd never let yourself be that exposed again. So you armored up. You stopped needing anyone out loud. You became the strong one, the low-maintenance one, the one who's always fine. And it worked. Nobody could hurt you. But here's the cost. When you make yourself unreachable, so no one can hurt you, no one can reach you to love you either. Same wall. And then you stood behind it and concluded that nobody wanted you. When the truth is, nobody could get to you. Being known requires being seen. And being seen means dropping the guard first. So tell one person something true. The thing you're most afraid to say. I've been feeling really alone lately. Can we talk? I know. That sentence feels like stepping off a ledge. I sat with that exact text for an hour before I sent it once, certain it'd be too much, certain they'd pull away. They didn't. They said, "I'm so glad you told me. Come over." The admission you're most afraid to make is almost always the bridge. The thing you're sure will push people away is the exact thing that lets them in. And here's what I need you to see. Those 4 moves, they're not 4 different things. They're the same move 4 times. Stop performing. Reach first. Choose depth. Say you need people. Every one of them is you taking your hand off the wall. Because that's what this whole thing has been. You've been protecting yourself into a prison, building the walls higher to stay safe, then weeping that the room is empty, when you're the one who locked the door. The connection you're missing isn't gone. It was never gone. It's standing right there, on the other side of a guard you've held up so long you forgot it was a choice. You don't need a bigger life. You don't need new people. Same life, same faces. Guard down. That's the whole secret. Lower it and connection is already there, already waiting, already reaching back. So here's the truth to carry out of here. Connection isn't found. It's allowed. You don't go hunting for it. You stop blocking it. You drop the habits that keep you unreachable, and it walks right in. There's an old version of you, surrounded, performing, smiling, quietly starving in a full room. And there's another version, closer than you think. Fewer masks, realer people. Finally seen, finally known, finally held. You don't get there all at once. You get there with one move. So pick one, just one, and use it today. One honest answer instead of fine. One first text to someone you've been waiting on. One real call instead of an hour of scrolling. One true thing told to one safe person. Just one. Today. Do one move today, and within a month, all four start to feel natural. And one day you look up and the room doesn't feel empty anymore, because you finally let the people in it reach you. Try one. Watch what happens. Then come back and tell me in the comments what changed.